She filled 400 pages of broken English before a single sentence came out right. And on day 399, she almost burned the notebook. Farah moved to a new country with 2 suitcases and a language she barely understood. Every word felt like a wall. Every conversation felt like a test she was destined to fail. So every night, after her shift at the grocery store, she sat at her kitchen table and wrote 1 page of English every single day, no matter how tired she was, no matter how wrong it came out. At work, a customer once repeated her broken sentence back to her, laughing with his friend before walking away. She went to the back room and cried into her apron. Her cousin, who'd moved to the same city 2 years earlier, was already fluent, already promoted, already invited to parties Farah didn't understand the jokes at. Some nights Farah stared at her notebook for 100 pages and still stumbling over the same words, and thought, maybe some people just aren't built for this. Maybe she was one of them. She started skipping days. Then she stopped believing the notebook meant anything at all. On day 399, standing at the stove with the notebook in her hand, ready to let it burn, her elderly neighbor knocked on the door, asking to borrow sugar. The old woman noticed the notebook and the flame and asked gently, "What are you doing?" Farah, embarrassed, admitted, "For 100 days of trying, and I still can't speak right. It's pointless." The old woman took the notebook from her hands, flipped through the pages. The crossed-out words, the messy corrections, the small improvements no one had ever noticed, and said quietly, "I taught language for 30 years. Nobody speaks well on day 400. They speak well on day 400 plus 1 more, plus 1 more, plus 1 more. You're not behind, child. You're right on time." Something in Farah went very still. She looked at the notebook not as 400 failures anymore, but as 400 honest attempts. For the first time, she didn't see proof she should quit. She saw proof she'd never once stopped. The next morning, Farah did something different. She didn't try to write a perfect sentence. She just sat down and wrote a sentence. Same table, same chipped pen, same tired hands. Day 400 looked almost exactly like day 399, but she didn't need it to look different. She needed it to happen again and again and again. She stopped comparing her notebook to her cousin's fluency. She stopped replaying the customer's laugh in her head. She started a small tally on the inside cover of a new notebook. 1 mark for every day she showed up, whether the sentence came out right or not. The marks began to fill the page. And somewhere around day 440, without any fireworks, without anyone watching, a full conversation came out of her mouth that didn't stumble once. Then another, then 5 in a row. A year later, Farah is training new employees at the store in English. Co-workers ask her all the time, "What's your secret? A class? An app? A tutor?" She just smiles and points to a shelf they've never seen, the one back in her apartment, holding nearly a dozen notebooks, each cover filled edge to edge with tally marks. "There's no secret," she tells them. "I just didn't stop on the day it felt pointless." You don't need a natural gift for language. You don't need to sound perfect on day 1. You need 1 more day than the day you wanted to quit. Consistency isn't the boring cousin of talent. It's the only thing that was ever going to work. If you're on your day 399 right now, this is your sign to write 1 more sentence. Like and subscribe to Glowing Flame, so the next spark finds you right when you need it.